What is up, everybody? Welcome. Today, we are talking about a subject that I've been kind of wanting to talk about for a bit now. It's a conversation piece. So we're going to be talking a little bit, actually a lot about what I feel will be a controversial subject for our fellow metalheads. Guys, did new metal actually save metal? Not once, but twice. Oh, pew, 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 pew. Here on Metalology. All right, so
beautiful.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
We went all in.
I went all in.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
We did.
You guys might notice that we are missing a member here tonight.
We are missing someone.
Which one?
We're missing.
Who are we missing?
We're missing Rudy, little Rudy.
We're missing Rudy. We're missing him.
Our boy Rudy had to take the night off to go celebrate stuff with his family. We love you, Rudy. We miss you very much. Your presence is felt.
It is definitely
I'm feeling
felt.
you, but I don't see you.
I feel you here, right here.
Yeah,
right
I don't
here.
see you.
Yeah.
Not sure what that's about.
And in the back of my knee.
Yeah.
In the back of my knee.
It's like,
Anyways,
baking.
So before we get on to it, before we get on to the subject, that I feel if you're not an open-minded metal head, metal fan of music, just a fan of music in general.
Yeah.
If you're not watching on YouTube, I'm staring into Hunter's eyes.
Where there's a lot of staring going on, like a shoot off.
Yeah.
We all got guns pointing at each other, and we don't know who.
No, we would no, just pointed at you.
We're all
No.
pointing
Pointed
at
at
you,
you.
buddy.
I'm looking at both of y'all.
You're
How you doing that?
Yeah, one eye, right eye on Tony, left eye on you.
you're like crazy eyes.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy eyes.
I'm not looking at you. I'm saying hi to that squirrel over there.
The squirrel behind us in the studio.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
So Rudy's not here to back up our resident metal elitists. But I honestly
I'm
felt
alone.
in my soul that there's been a huge resurgence in new metal in the past few years, thanks to Instagram Reels, thanks to TikTok, stuff like that. And I kind of wanted to touch on it, and I wanted to talk about the importance of new metal in the metal scene and what new metal has actually done to help grow and expand our community. So I kind of wanted to touch on that. But before we get started, we're going to drop our tags. You guys can follow Metalology on Instagram at Metalology Podcast. You guys can follow Metalology on TikTok at Metalology TikTok. Subscribe to us here on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, follow us there. You guys can follow our band, Defy the Tyrants, at Defy the Tyrants. And you guys can follow me at Anthony_7string.
You can follow me at metal_Hondro.
And you can follow your boy Baji at slap_the bass.
Is that right? Is that so?
I don't know why I was thinking of doing a Jamaican accent there for some weird reason.
It would have worked.
You can't do a Jamaican accent.
No, they totally like when people try to do accents.
Yeah.
Try.
No, I felt, I don't know why I felt like I could do it.
It's culturally appropriate.
They'd be
How
honored.
is that culturally?
They would be honored
They would be honored.
if you would attempt.
Attempt
I want
a Jamaican accent.
You're making me crazy, man.
All right, we got him on in there. I think
Got 'em
that,
on.
Got 'em
I
on
think
in
that
there.
checks out.
That checks out.
Do a slap at the bass.
You can follow me at slap at the bass, man.
That does not slap
Slap
at
at the
Italian.
bass.
Yeah, you sounded Italian.
Oh,
Mamma
yeah.
mia.
You're
Mamma
right.
mia.
Fuck. Yeah, you're
Slap
right.
at the bass.
Slap at the
And
bass.
then you added a man at the end of it.
Man. And a Jamaican Italian.
Any
They
Jamaican
exist.
Italians out there?
Yeah.
No, fuck no.
They exist.
Yeah,
Italians don't
they're out
like
there.
going to the islands.
You don't know
Don't
that.
underestimate them.
They're islands in
I'm
Italy.
Italian.
They are islands in Italy right now as we speak. Islands.
They
Yeah.
stick to their islands.
And they're right next to Peruvia, right?
Peru,
Right next to Perugia,
and
yeah.
Latveria. Right next to
Latveria.
Latveria. There you go.
Oh, shit.
That's a Doctor Doom reference right there.
December, you'll know what that is.
That's right.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
So what's been new? What's been new?
Well, the life of Baji, I have almost finished the studio PC.
Okay.
That's almost done.
Ooh, yeah, very excited about that. I
Yeah,
saw a picture
it's-
today, or a video, actually.
Yeah,
There you go.
it was Hondro's old PC that broke down that I just kind of Frankenstein together. So
You
we're
did.
gonna have a studio PC specifically for the studio.
For anybody who can't see the whole monitor setup area over here, Baji, you have to drag your.
I have to drag my desktop every time we record.
Yeah, he doesn't carry it. He fucking dragged
fucking
it.
just drag it
I
on
was
the
like,
ground.
dude, like, come
Jelly-
on, bro.
No, but yeah, I have to bring it around every time. But no, last couple weeks I've been working on it little by little, and it finally, this past Sunday, was able to get it into a working state. Now I just got to put it all, like, put the panels, everything back together, and then me and Hondro have to do some stuff to update the computer.
RAM.
Well, not right now, but we just there's stuff that we have to upgrade in like software and shit that I have to upgrade.
Yeah.
But whatever. Point being is we're gonna have
Computer
it soon.
lives on.
Yeah.
So is there like a test that you do to make sure it works? Like, do you just like watch an absorbent amount of porn to see what kind of viruses can get on it, so you can see how it handles it?
Can never be too careful.
The main thing is it turned on, and I was able to get. We call it when a computer posts. That means like stuff lights up on the monitors. You can actually see, log into Windows or whatever other fucking bullshit, Mac, Apple shit, iOS shit. But yeah, it finally posted because on Sunday I tried it. It did not want to post at all, but thank God today it posted. Don't know what happened, but it just finally posted, and I was like, thank God. And then I video chatted Hondro. I gave me his password. I was able to log in, and then I was like, yes, everything works fine. Everything's running good.
All while
The big
he had a dick in his hand.
All
while he was doing
yeah.
all that.
You just work on the computer.
Yeah,
just
working.
Yeah,
This is good. This is good.
I was
No,
impressed.
but no, the test is going to be sometime either this weekend on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday of next week. I'm going to come in and I'm going to pretty much do a mock. Pretty much how we do it, but I'm going to just use that PC and then going to see what it can and cannot handle.
Nice.
Which I think it should be able to handle everything just fine, but we're still a little hoping, but everything should be good.
You're like the Elon Musk of porn, just internet porn.
Yeah.
I love my porn.
Like you built your Tesla. Now you're gonna take it for a test drive.
Damn right.
All right.
That was all
Well,
my porn.
that sounds hella awesome. That's gonna be another little game changer here in the studio.
Here in the studio, yeah.
Hondro, anything new going on in the world of Hondrito?
Hondrito
in Perugia?
update in Perugia. Honestly, just trying to the whole PC, like that's kind of been like first half of the year project, and it's finally coming to fruition. So aside from that, I haven't really been doing anything except fucking just exist and just fucking be all raw and insufferable.
On another
and
note,
vulnerable.
he's happy that he can finally get his work again because all his solo shit was on that PC.
Okay, well that's part. Yeah. Okay.
Is that the reason why? Because you had your solo album on that fucking PC?
I have all the fucking plugins, dude. Everything, dude.
Talk about killing two birds with one stone, Alex.
Yeah, that's why I was backing this project 100% from the beginning.
But this man, his project's just gone like that.
Baji called me and he's like, I need this, and I'm like, you got it. Fucking whatever you need, doctor.
One day we're gonna come in here, PC won't be in here, and then 3 days later we'll see on Instagram, just signed to Nuclear Blast Records, Hondro.
Fuck, dude, I tell you,
like,
that
fuck.
PC is everything.
It's everything,
Jesse. I need that PC.
So yeah, so I got a couple little updates, little things to update our followers on.
What has been going on in Tony's life?
Well, I'm on Lexapro. If I haven't talked about it a million times on the 2026 episodes, so that's been working wonderful. So I just joined a Deftones tribute band because I want to play more shows.
Nice.
While still keeping my focus on our band Defy the Tyrants and on the podcast. So I'm in a Deftones tribute band. I don't know when I can kind of talk more about that, but basically that's just going to be like just for fun, just learn some Deftones songs, play some shows, kind of network, talk with other musicians, and just kind of get the word out about Defy the Tyrants and about Metalology. That's kind of like more my kind of game plan for the year.
Nice.
And we're Defy the Tyrants is working. We're working on some new music.
Dude, we're cooking.
Yeah, we were kind of on a bit of a run. You know, when we announced Tom, played a couple shows, we released Leviathan, and then all good things. And then we had to like kind of stop because there's some personal stuff going on in the band that I cannot talk about. But not, like the band's good, everything's good with the guys and all of us. Like we're okay, but there's just some stuff that I know if I was to mention, people would understand for sure. Not with me, but with some of the other members. So in the meantime, and then also that on top of that, Tom, our vocalist, just had a baby in February. Literally like 3 days before our last show in February. So he literally like rushed to the show to play the show and then rushed right back to the hospital.
Yeah.
Damn right.
I don't know.
Papa duties.
Murdered it that night.
Yeah, we were so worried, not worried that he was going to play because we knew that he was going to do it because he's just that kind of guy. Like when he commits, he commits. But we were like, dude, like we're like, dude, he's got to get back. He's got to get back to his family. We've been kind of like on a little bit of a break, letting him like get into fatherhood, dealing with some personal stuff with the band. But we're gearing back up. We have Alejandro, myself, John, our bassist, and Brandon, our drummer. We have a couple songs kind of ready to go, so we're going to be working on them with Tom soon. And hopefully we can have some new music out to you guys this summer. So we are really excited to kind of get the ball rolling again and to do some stuff.
100%.
Other than that, I don't really have much else. I just kind of wanted to throw those out real quick and talk about that. So,
nice. How's the new place? I think you
I just moved
into a new place.
Yeah,
right?
I just moved into a new place. It's much better. It is
more roomier.
It's more roomier. I know, like when you guys come over, you're gonna notice a difference right away. Like I think Baji's been the only one who's seen the place because he helped us move like last minute. Because I was like, we can do it. Like my son's 13, and he's a big kid,
strong boy,
strong boy.
And then my wife works out and everything, and literally trying to get the couch out of our original apartment into the U-Haul, and I was like, dude, this is gonna be a long fucking day.
Couches are a bitch.
But his couch, it's one of the electric ones. So
yeah.
So it has like a motor and
heavy.
everything. Yeah, that's what sucks about those couches is that they're fucking heavy.
There's no way two people can do that kind of thing.
No, it took the three of us, and it was mainly me, and I'll take the credit for that. So my back is still like all fucked up from that.
Yeah, that's why I hate moving.
So Baji came in clutch on day 2 of moving.
Nice.
On the second day of moving, he came in clutch and helped us out. Yeah, so we're waiting to have like a friend get together until we get our kitchen table because my wife broke our kitchen table, the big ass marble one that we have.
Body slam you through the table again?
No, she fucking. We actually got it downstairs. We were gonna put it in the U-Haul. We got it downstairs, and as we got it downstairs, she was like, "Oh yeah, it should be fine," and then put it on its hind legs, on the wood in the hind legs, and fucking broke it because I was still holding it. And
damn.
I was like, she was like, I need a break. I'm like, okay, well, hold it, just put it over there, and she just like let it go, and the whole thing just fucking broke.
God damn.
Jesus.
So we got it downstairs just to throw it in the trash. So that was so we haven't had a kitchen table for a month, and well, we've also been looking to see like I feel like we're boring our followers, our listeners.
No. They need to know.
They need to know.
But we were looking on Amazon. We were looking on like Living Spaces. We were looking on Jerome's.
Are you looking for? Are you gonna get something heavy ass again? Or are you gonna be like, you know what? No, we need something.
I told myself if I'm gonna get something heavy again, I want to make sure that I can disassemble it fairly easily.
Okay,
so
that's good.
Yeah, and we're anticipating staying in this place for the next 4 years. Because by that time, my son will be 18.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
That is crazy to think about. And then we're going to be moving to San Marcos from there, or Escondido, San Marcos, which is about an hour, a little under an hour north of where we are right now. So, yeah, so that's kind of the news. That's the news. But yeah, we'll be having like a friend get together coming up in May. We're planning it out already. So,
all right.
and I'm gonna be in Vegas for a few days coming up in 2 weeks. So we're gonna have another week where we won't have an episode come out. Myself, my lady, and I can't like talk too much about it, but a
Billie
friend,
Eilish,
a friend,
Taylor
Billie Eilish.
Swift,
Taylor Swift.
Katy Perry. Who
Katy
is it,
Perry.
dude? We gotta know.
Our
We gotta
friend,
know.
our friend who's not a male, is coming. She's a lady. So God, see now I'm giving too much away. Me and my wife and a friend of ours are going to spend a few days in Vegas
That's
There
together.
you go.
So
Having fun.
that's gonna be a lot of fun.
You gotta have fun.
Mhm.
Gotta have fun.
Gotta have fun.
So that's what's going on.
All right.
All right, is new metal. Jump into it.
It's metal good.
It's metal god.
So
Or is it bad?
So I think before we have this conversation, if there's anybody new tuning in, just to kind of talk about like our stances on metal, like who we are as like metal guys, right?
Metal guys.
We're metal dudes.
We're just
man.
a bunch of metal guys.
You know,
over
because
here.
I think some of that stuff kind of gets lost because I'm always picking like the new metal bands to talk about
yeah.
on the show,
I can see.
and I've been called the new metal guy, even though I don't really like listen to a
mean-
ton of new metal
Mhm.
anymore.
I grew out of it.
I didn't grow out of it. I fucking listen to other shit. But
Yeah.
The big boy.
but we'll start with Baji. Who are you? Who is Baji?
Who art thou, Baji?
Who am
As
I?
a metalhead? Alberto Lafarga as a metalhead. How
As
do you
a
say
metal-
metalhead in Spanish?
Metalero.
Metalero, yeah.
Metalero cabeza?
No, there's no
Ah,
head.
so-
You say metalero.
How do you
yeah.
say metal in Spanish?
metal?
Metal.
Metal?
Metalero, yeah.
All right.
Like, I'll be honest. Like, I'm more of a like a just. I'm like your general metalhead. Like, I love all kinds of metal. Like, if it's from like the like new metal to like something like thrash metal, old school Metallica to fucking Anthrax, like anything to that I like that sounds good to me, I like it metal wise. Even like and you know, it doesn't always have to be heavy. Like Lacuna Coil, I fucking love me some fucking Lacuna Coil. Me and to like the newer stuff like Sleep Token, fucking just as long as it sounds good to me, I like it. I'm not really picky about my metal. Sure, there's some bands where I'm just like, yeah, no, not for me. But overall, like I am your regular metalhead that just loves metal, and like I said, any kind of metal, whether it be from the 80s to the current. Like if it's good, I fucking like it.
All right. Now do all that in Spanish.
No, I'm not doing that shit.
Es que lo que quiero decir es que
Soy un metalero.
But
normal.
you got to talk like the Mexican radio personality.
What? I don't think I can do that.
soy un metalero desde los 80s.
Desde los 80s y
De
los 90s.
de 90s, y yo estuve ahí primero.
Yo
En el
estuve-
sábado. Bien. Vámonos.
Sábado
Sábado
gigante.
gigante.
Sábado gigante. Ajay.
Machu Picchu.
That's what
Fuck.
we should do. A
Fucking Don
Spanish-
Francisco, dude.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought.
You know, Baji is the Don Francisco of metal.
Of metal.
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna
San
lie.
Francisco, dude.
The
I
next
look beautiful.
the next time we play his show, Baji's going to be there with his drink. Bienvenidos a Sábado Gigante. con-
Sábado gigante con Defy the Tyrants.
Ajay.
Yeah. Don't even tell me who the chacal is going to be. I don't want to. It's going to be culturally indecent.
So as Baji would be the Don Francisco of metal, you would be the Ocho. What the
Chavo del Ocho?
Chavo del Ocho.
Chavo del Ocho.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I fucking love that. That's
Well,
classic.
What's the best impression you can do of Chavo del Ocho?
Fuck. I
Come
don't
on,
know.
try it.
I don't watch that
Ah, you fucking bitch.
shit. I just know it through like iconography and yeah.
Okay.
Anyone who's cacheton, you probably be compared to that guy. Fuck it.
Okay, who is Hondro?
Okay.
Now we kind of gave it away at the top. You are a self-admitted, conniving, deceitful, disgust, metal elitist.
Okay.
Now, but I want you to be honest and lay your stance down and everything, and who you are as a metalhead.
Okay. Un metalero. So yeah, I mean, I'm more. I listen to metal more for just the music itself, right? There's a few bands that I'm like emotionally attached to. That lyrically, Korn, that's like number one, obviously, and Static maybe, and something else. But I more focus on like riffs and the guitar playing, the musicianship. So I more like thrash is like my underlying fucking. If you imagine a bottom of a well, like then it's just acidic acid. It's just a vat, just a large vat. Well, that's all thrash. It's all thrash. And then
God dang.
top of the layer. I'm just kidding. But yeah. So after that, I'd probably say nu metal. That was like my first. I don't know, 1997, me and my brother were watching the Got the Life music video because we were up till 6 a.m. because my dad got sick and we were waiting for him from the hospital. Like, that's 1997, like, I think, when that music video came out. So that's, like, nu metal. It's probably, like, my second fucking layer of the fucking Whopper. All right, so now we're on the Whopper.
But I would say, like, you're, like, nu metal light. Like, you listen to very few nu metal bands.
Yes, a very few. Not the ones that you would expect. So, but then again, Linkin Park. I love Linkin Park, at least the first two albums. But yet, and Korn, obviously, Korn for life. But then, yeah, I didn't really get too much. I tried them out. Limp Bizkit, help me out with more. Like, if you go down the list of
you like Limp
bands,
Bizkit?
I for a while I was fucking bumping them. And
well,
then
right now.
No.
Okay.
No. But my what's that? My melody. What is it called?
My Way.
Huh?
My Way.
My Way. I fucking love that song, dude. In high school, you think you're special. Yeah. So yeah, I'm weird when it comes to like my musical taste. I'm very geared towards like just clicking with like a personality maybe of the band or maybe it's like a certain sound or gimmick that they have. I do tend to like frontmen who play guitar and who are like the fucking mastermind of the whole bands. I don't know why. Death, Static X, fucking Megadeth.
I mean, I don't know why.
Revocation.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
why.
They can't see.
They can't
viewers
see.
can't see.
In my previous band.
His previous band is.
Yeah, there's a picture of it on the
Picture
side.
of
So I used to be the frontman.
Not even
I
a
used
picture.
Yeah, you're right. It's an article.
It's an article.
It's an article. Very distinguished pressing. Anyways, so yeah, I feel like I'm going on a tangent, but all that to say is that I pretty much like fucking thrash metal and technical death metal. That's what I lean a lot towards.
You like stuff that's not genuinely like. That's not like very
accessible.
popular. No. Well, besides that too at that time.
Well, that's true though.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not very into the mainstream. You like the deep cuts. You like the bands that people are like, oh, they're all right, and then
yeah, the deep cuts, the B songs of an album. I just fucking go towards that kind of stuff, and yeah, absolutely. I and it's not that I'm trying to be like, oh, I hate new shit. It's like, no, not at all. It's just that I'm just very fucking picky, dude. Now.
Let's ask Alex fucking 8 years ago. Hey, Alex. Nah, man, that's
like,
gay.
That's lame. Yeah,
that's not metal.
I've grown a lot thanks to this fucking podcast, for sure. For like, because now when a new album comes out, I was like, okay, let me check it out. Let me check out the new fucking, Immolation album. Shit like that. Yeah. No, absolutely. You guys have shown me although many bands, but at least a few that I kind of fucking dug. So I'm trying to be more open-minded, less gatekeepy, but I'm also very protective of what is near and dear personal and metal. It just happens to be like that teddy bear in my life, where I have a bib and I have my sucker and metal. So yeah.
Metal.
All right.
I'm a metals team.
So don't ask him if he likes. Don't
Mustaine.
ask him if he likes Sleep Token. Don't ask him.
Yeah, don't ask me.
Tony, who are you in metal? What is metal?
What is how am I? What is the metalero? Metalero. Fuck it. Who am I as a metalhead? So when I got into metal, I think I started off like many metalheads. New metal was my thing. It was 99, 2000. And I won't tell the story, but just like Limp Bizkit, Korn, Deftones, Linkin Park, bands like that.
Love them.
And then, over the 2000s, kind of went from new metal to metalcore, and was real into Killswitch Engage, As Lay Dying, Unearth, so one of my favorite bands. Over those years, my first like real band was a metalcore band. you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that really got my chops up and kind of like the more precision, more work on the right hand and stuff. But something I've always known is like I've always kept that new metal side of me, but I've also loved the metalcore side because it's more technical. I feel like the song arrangements are more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The lyrics are deeper. You know, and then that's really like about it. But who am I now? You know, well, I love Gent. Like Gent was a big thing. Sky Harbor is one of my favorite bands of all time. After the Burial, stuff like that. But if you were to ask me, I think I want to kind of just ask you guys as well in a second. But like, if you were to ask me, like, who would be a band that I listen to now that kind of represents my overall general taste in metal, I would say Fit for an Autopsy. Like Fit for an Autopsy, Lorna Shore. I love. You know, Slaughter to Prevail, the deathcore bands, but I love Fit for an Autopsy because it's deathcore, but it's also something else. Like it's not just so like deathcore bros.
Yeah.
Like these guys are actual like skilled musicians who do a lot of awesome time signatures, a lot of really great soundscapes, very very deep lyrics, great performances all around. And so like that's what I listen to right now is Fit for an Autopsy. Like that's a band that really has had a big impact. But I also love Spirit Box. There are, if you were to ask me like, yeah, like my favorite band or two, I would say Spirit Box and Fit for an Autopsy. You know, so I don't really listen to like a ton of new metal anymore. I have my core bands I listen to when I'm in the mood. My son's 13 and he's getting into rock and metal, so I'm finding myself introducing him to like Papa Roach and Linkin Park and Cold Chamber and Deftones. So I'm kind of like going back a little bit, but like what I bring to the table musically to my band, what I listen to the most is like Fit for an Autopsy and Spirit Box. Those are the two bands that I like head over heels. Like that's my shit.
All right.
How about you, Hunter? What is a band that you listen to right now, like that represents your current metal taste?
But then you brought up like, well, that's what you're bringing to the band, and I feel like that's like different, like what I bring into the band versus like what I'm into right now. But I don't know. I was thinking about that right now, so I'm gonna go with Power Trip, Nightmare Logic, just because I would listen to it all fucking weekend, and it's not for the first time, but it just fucking got me like a fucking bug, and it's pummeling fast thrash, you know, but it also has a lot of fucking like slow downs and grooves, but the riffs are still fucking thrash as fuck.
Yeah.
But with like a fucking hint of maybe like a fucking industrial fucking feel. But anyways, that and like Revocation, but certain albums, because you know they have so many fucking albums, dude, and so much different like sounds. But I would say Outer Ones, like ever since I discovered that album, that was like kind of like a not like a validation, but kind of like, dude, like this is what the sounds that you like all collected in one fucking album. Don't fucking feel weird about making these riffs or these odd sounds. Just fucking go for it. You know, kind of gave me that like go ahead, that pat on the shoulders, like, dude, just fucking embrace the fucking sounds. If that's all you, if you can't, if you have a hard time doing fucking major shit or happy shit, then at least fucking dive more into this fucking off fucking weird chords, minor shit, and whatever you want to call it. I'm no scholar, but yeah. So those two bands, I would say, yeah, just fucking are me right now. Tomorrow may be different.
Might be different. Baji, what is a band that you love that either you would say is like your favorite band right now, or a band that just represents your current taste in metal?
Like, I guess a band I would say that like kind of represents my current taste in metal is fucking Sleep Token, man. Like I fucking like, they're heavy, but then they're melodic, and that's just what I love about it. It's very, I think we discussed this a while back, but it's just like it's very like hip hop esque at times. It's very, you know, it's just like it's like like the newer new metal.
Yeah,
it's very, it's
alternative.
Like, it's alternative, and honestly, that's just I fucking like me like anything that sounds melodic. I love it. Like Like I don't know, just like Sleep Token in general, just like it's like the general taste of music I listen to. Like it's not always all fucking heavy. Like I mean earlier when you walked in, I was listening to 21 Pilots. I like them because like it's very melodic, and like that's the thing is like Sleep Token for me besides the heavy, they also have the melodicness behind them. So it's like that's kind of like the band right now that I'm like constantly like listening to a song or two. Like we're listening to Caramel a bit earlier, and it's just like it's just like my just what I'm listening to right now is like it's like Sleep Token. Just it's like the general list of everything. It's like if I want to listen to something more melodic, or more poppy, but then what if I want to listen to something that's just fucking heavy, Sleep Token is like the best of both worlds. So like right now, that's like my thing.
Got it. And so the reason I wanted to talk about that and touch on like who are we as metal fans and metalheads is because going into this conversation, I want to make sure that this conversation isn't coming from a biased standpoint, that our listeners have a context as to where
Agreed.
we're not just in here like, hey, like, oh, we listen to this Limp Bizkit and
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit,
Chocolate starfish, baby.
We're biased, like that we do listen to a lot of different types of music, a lot of different types of metal. So that's kind of like where we're at right now.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and get into it. So I was contemplating this question for a while, and I decided, this would be a great time to bring it up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hondro, you don't have Rudy here to back you up, but it's okay.
He's rooting for me.
Rooting
on the
for
sidelines.
you.
I feel him.
You won't let him down.
I won't let him down.
You won't let him down. So my question is, did nu metal save metal twice? Did nu metal actually save metal? Not once, but twice. And I think we need to talk about the first time. I think the first time is very... I mean, there's evidence to back it up.
No,
I think the second time is more subjective to where that's more of like the debate part.
Yeah.
For
but
sure.
the first time is like, yeah. So, like, for example, in the 80s, we had... we actually had the argument about this. Glam metal.
Glam metal, yes.
And we had thrash metal, which I feel... but because you had the polar opposites of metal, the metal scene pushing metal to the forefront of mainstream music.
Agreed.
You had your Testaments, you had your Poisons, you had your Metallicas, you had your Def Leppards, and you had this entire movement just pushing metal. It was very successful. It was highly successful. But when you look at record sales, when you look at merch sales, when you look at tour ticket sales, the nu metal bands of the 90s, I would say more mid-90s into the mid to late 2000s, really carried the flag of metal. And I'm not talking about traditional metal, because a lot of people will say like Pantera is the one that like really carried the flag for like what metal music actually is throughout the 90s. I'm talking about just keeping metal in the conversation of the mainstream audience.
Agreed. Like you fucking... Like 2000s, you had bands like Slipknot, you had bands like Deftones, you had fucking Lamb of God, you had all these like all different bands like Limp Bizkit, no one band sounding the same, all just pushing metal, and like everyone, and it was like how'd you say, it was like they not that they all got together and they were like we're gonna push this. No, it was like. It's like each band individually just pushed it up until the point where like they all started like you would see them all on tours together. You would see them fucking like promoting other bands' albums and shit like that. And it's just like that was the push that really it kept metal relevant. You could say like because like
partially thanks to Ozfest.
Yeah, partially thanks to fucking Ozzy. Like Ozzy helped helping push the newer metal as well, passing the torch. Like it's just. It was those bands that made that push. Cause like it happens in every type of music. Like after a while, it gets dull. Like people are like, I've already heard that. Oh, I've heard. Hey, it's been
saturation.
It's happened to us with our favorite bands. Where we're just like, oh, okay, yeah, it sounds the same. So
and I think where that conversation lends itself to is why nu metal as a genre in metal music is so different from other subgenres, because a lot of people will say like nu metal's rap metal. That's not necessarily true.
No, it's not.
Because Deftones is not a rap metal band. Cold Chamber is not a rap metal band.
No.
You know, people associate new metal with like, you know, prior to Limp Bizkit would be Korn, but after Limp Bizkit, new metal was associated with Limp Bizkit. So when you talked about new metal, you associated in your mind automatically to Limp Bizkit, for better or for worse. But you know, the great thing, what I always loved, what I still love about new metal, and you know, new metal being a journalistic term for alternative metal. I prefer the term alternative metal. But what new metal essentially is it's bands who don't sound almost anything alike.
Exactly.
And that they didn't have a term for that. Like thrash metal, like you had, if you knew it was thrash metal when you heard it, that's thrash metal. Glam metal, you knew it. Prog metal, you knew it.
Right.
New metal's different because new metal, you know, aside from that bounce, there's like a bounce vibe to it. Aside from that, all the bands sounded almost completely different, especially that first, second generation era of new metal, where Limp Bizkit does not sound like Korn. Korn does not sound like Deftones. Deftones does not sound like Cold Chamber. Cold Chamber does not sound like Mudvayne. And you can just keep going down the list.
Exactly.
And it was something for everybody. Like, you know, I feel like Mudvayne was a great, like when you say, when musicians talk to you about new metal and say like, oh, it was all simple. Go talk to Ryan Martini from Mudvayne.
Fuck.
Have your bass player go and learn a bunch of Mudvayne riffs.
No, those are fucking hard. They're
Have,
fun to play, but fuck, man.
have your guitar player learn Mudvayne riffs and meter. Like, if you're a vocalist, go learn Chad Gray's vocal line. Just have them learn Dig and perform it like that, right?
Yeah.
So when we and then Slipknot too, like even Slipknot integrated thrash riffs into like death metal drumming, but kept that new metal bounce. And along with Corey Taylor's, you know, rap metal style, that is why they're considered new metals, because Corey Taylor. But if it was a different singer who had a different vibe, I don't think they would have been considered new metal. No. So, you know, it's one of those things. It's one of those things that I love so much about new metal, is that all the bands sound completely different.
Not to mention, I just want to say real quick, like, not to mention the more every fucking generation just got more expressive, more emotional, more like, not to fucking say emo, like new metal's emo. No, not at all. Like, it's just older generations don't really maybe like touch base with like being so expressive of oneself, just because maybe back then like no one really did that. No one talked about fucking hard issues on fucking paper, or personal fucking things, or like taking on perspective from the fucking writer, but pushing the boundaries of like just creating a mental image, you know. But yeah, I think that was but I think there's lots of reasons why new metal's
and like
big.
And it's like new metal also, because after new metal, it was like mostly like a metalcore scene. So it's like it helped push to something new, and I feel like that's what keeps pushing. That's what new metal does. It keeps pushing like an evolution to something else. Because like I said, you had bands like fucking Lamb of God, Limp Bizkit, Korn, and then you had fucking new metalcore bands. You had fucking As Lay Dying. Help me out here.
Well, yeah, it was the first generation of the new wave of American heavy metal music, which we would now call metalcore. But back then, metalcore was a different thing. Well, I think now today, metalcore is like people call Bad Omens metalcore, and I'm like, that's not really like what I remember metalcore being, right? But okay, whatever. But anyway, so when you look at the mid '90s to the mid 2000s. New metal was at the forefront of the metal genre and pushing and expanding the audience. Yeah. Do we all agree on that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Because at the end of the day, like early '90s, metal was dying. If you weren't Metallica,
after '92, it was just fucking Pantera was like really the only ones really carrying the torch. If you wanted to say like metal, like Pantera was doing that, but even then, dude, everyone else, some people abandoned ship. you know, and maybe for the better. Testament changed their sound to not bad of a fucking sound, right? They changed their sound. Other bands, Slayer's.
Well, Slayer did it
They
after new metal with Diabolus or whatever it's called.
Diabolus something.
Diabolus something where they actually went like a little more new metal, and it was like, oh, but
yeah, everyone else fucking survived the '90s. But yeah,
but it was new metal. It was like, for example, like it was bands taking on like some of the older thrash bands out on tour. Like you had Megadeth going on tour with Korn. Yeah. Because first it was Megadeth took Korn on tour.
Yeah.
On a club tour, not a fucking arena show or a stadium show how they do now.
Yeah.
But back then it was a club tour, and then what happened a little bit later? Korn took Megadeth out, you know, and then you had Metallica co-signing a lot of those new metal bands, even especially with the Summer Sanitarium tour. I don't know if you guys remember that big ass tour where it was Metallica, Ozzy, Marilyn Manson, and then it was Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park, like a huge, like insanely stacked lineup, right?
It's a little bit of everything.
And but like just like those names, Manson, Ozzy, Metallica, Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, all the at the time the biggest rock acts, period.
100%.
And you had Ozzy and Metallica co-signing Manson, Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, and I feel like that really helped propel those bands even further. Even though at the time Limp Bizkit, they were already in Linkin Park hugely successful, but look back, I think Linkin Park opened that. Like, that's what's crazy to think. Now I think all those bands would open for Linkin Park except for Metallica.
Right.
But at that time, it was crazy to think about.
Well, especially like all the fans of those bands you mentioned, Metallica, Ozzy. I'm imagining like more older school heads, more fucking gatekeepers and shit. But hey, leave it up to them to, hey, let me check out this band. And then you hear them, you're like, oh, shit, you know, like I was talking shit about like new metal, and fucking they're opening for Ozzy, so I guess they can't be that bad. And you know what I mean? It's like you have to do that, dude. That's the only way you're gonna like break into those fucking gatekeepers' heads.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so so in my opinion, new metal saved metal in the 90s, 2000s.
Yeah,
and not only in sales wise too, in the influence. I actually got into this interesting conversation with Esty over Instagram the other day, where I had said, I did a poll. Slipknot is more influential than Slayer now. Like in today's day and age.
Yeah.
Not in 2000, not in 2010. I'm talking about in 2026. Slipknot is more influential than Slayer.
Yeah.
And we were getting into it. And I think to explain that stance and why it's relevant to the idea, there we go.
No, I mean, you're
there we go.
Slayer retired, to be fair. You know,
well, it's not even that
they haven't been retired that long.
It's not even that they're
sure.
It's not even that they retired, my guy. It's like what, like Slipknot, like just as a whole was more relevant than Slayer was. Cause like, bro, I didn't hear Slayer like throughout the years. I haven't heard pre-retirement. I didn't hear Slayer announcing, "Oh, we're going on tour." I hear nothing.
So
like there was no presence. As opposed to Slipknot, they had a presence on social media widely. Like you would see videos of like Joey Jordison memorials, or fucking Sid posting about his kid and Kelly and shit like that.
I think Slayer is not really trying to get new.
But
new listeners.
But that's the thing. It's like Slipknot doing all this stuff individually. You know, them doing all this stuff, that makes them more relevant now than Slayer, where they're not posting shit about them. Like, I don't see I'll be honest, Carrot King is he's the voice of Slayer. I don't see him fucking doing interviews. I don't see him fucking like.
I mean, he does them, but
he did them for his.
But okay.
Project,
So to explain it a little bit more, when you think about when did the first Slayer album come out? What was it? Hello
1985.
No, it was earlier. It was like 82, 83, something like that. Like it was around the time Kill 'Em All came out.
Yeah, Kill 'Em All was 84.
Now, would you say Slayer was relevant in the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say Slayer was relevant in the 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In the 90s?
Really?
I can't.
Dude, Slayer,
I would say
they were big.
for me, like the 2000s, because that's when
they were not that big.
That's when I heard them.
90s
and
was hard, for
I
sure.
I followed them, man.
But
into
but
2000.
but was Slayer relevant in the 90s? Really think about that.
Album-wise, I don't think
I
so.
don't.
Okay,
Their
album-wise.
best
okay.
stuff
I-
had come out. Like a lot of the
I mean,
big four.
I wouldn't say so, but like I said, I didn't get into Slayer till like I would say like 2000.
Okay, so but album wise, no, not in the
Their
90s.
best albums
Yeah.
were in the...
When you look at tours, they weren't doing big tours in the 90s. They were just like Megadeth.
Yeah.
They were doing, if you were not Metallica, you were doing clubs,
Yeah.
right? Unless you were a
Got
new metal
bumped-
band.
Got bumped back down.
Yep. So they weren't very relevant in the 90s. It wasn't until the 2000s came around, then especially when the new wave of American heavy metal music started to rise.
Yeah.
When the metalcore genre rose, all those metalcore dudes, they all grew up on what?
They
The
all
thrash
brought
metal
up
bands.
Slayer a lot, yeah.
So they started bringing out. So then that's when you had like the Unholy Alliance tour
Fucking
with
love
Slayer,
that
Lamb
tour,
of
yeah.
God, and then you have all these like more metalcore new wave American heavy metal bands talking about their influences, and a lot of them saying Slayer, 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 right?
Yeah.
Which it also had a huge impact on how metalcore fans perceived. Metalcore fans, death metal fans, so on and so forth at the time for those newer bands, how they were introducing the older thrash metal bands to the newer generation, and then that, that brought everything back around. That was the circle or the cycle. Well, sure, Slayer, and then Slayer. I will say, and I'm not the biggest Slayer fan. Slayer was relevant from the mid 2000s to when did they retire? 2018, 2019, 2020.
I guess.
No, not 2020. But it wasn't that long ago. But for like 15 years, they were relevant again. About okay. Slipknot's been relevant since 1999. They have not ever had it. It's only been like this. It's only been growing.
Minus the, what was that, the last album? Or which album was like so fucking bad?
Well, the album wasn't.
Well,
it wasn't great, but
Remember.
they were still selling out huge tours.
Yeah.
They were.
They're a big fucking
Even-
machine, dude.
Yeah, even if the album, that last album or whatever, wasn't that great, if fucking if you heard Slipknot was coming in town, you were getting tickets. Like,
I don't think it matters anymore. Like if it's Corey Taylor under the mask, like they're on that fucking level.
Yeah, they are on the verge. Like me and Brent have argued about this, but they are on the verge of being where Metallica is right now. Where Metallica can go anywhere and do whatever the fuck they want, and it's automatically an insanely huge success.
I mean, I feel
Slipknot
that.
is right. They're right there. They're about to be that next Metallica. They're about to be that next band to where anything they fucking do.
Agreed. Like they've honestly they've earned it. Like
They've grinded.
But
like crazy.
I bring that up because when you discuss the influence of Slayer and Slipknot, when Slipknot first came out, yeah, of course Slayer was far more influential.
yeah.
But when you look at where metal music is right now and how long both bands have existed, Slipknot's existed more than half the time Slayer's been out, and they've stayed influential. They've stayed relevant. They've continued to push boundaries. They've continued to business, music, so on and so forth. They've just continued to push. Slayer just has these dips and valleys.
Yeah.
Slayer goes, and then they're popular, and then they're not. They're popular, and they're not. And to metalheads, that's, you need to step out of yourself and be like, okay, like, yeah, you might be the biggest Slayer fan in the world, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about just the influence on, and that's why I say, did new metal save metal twice? Because Slayer didn't fucking do it. Megadeth didn't do it. You can go down the list of those too. I'm going to leave Metallica out of the conversation because that is an abnormality.
They're an unstoppable force.
Yeah,
like they are.
Yeah.
They're no longer metal music. It's just Metallica.
Yeah,
that's
just
The grandpap
That's
is
it.
Their own
of
thing.
metal.
Yeah.
Well, how you know metal today is fucking Metallica.
But so before we
These
get
guys.
yeah,
For
those
all
guys.
who can see in the video.
But before we get into that part, but we all agree that new metal saved metal music in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, 100%, dude. They fucking propelled them up forward two times, dude. Like, they fucking brought it up to the fucking, two fucking times.
agreed.
And ongoing.
Yeah.
As we speak.
So here we are now in 2026.
Yeah.
And when I brought this up to you guys earlier, I said not once but twice. And the both of you gave me different answers. I was like, well, when do you think is the second time? And both of you gave me different answers. But I said, no, right now. Right now.
We living in it.
In today's day and age, new metal has once again saved metal music. And I know metal's been healthy and metal's been good, right? It's been chugging along. But when you look at the resurgence of new metal over the last 3-4 years, it's been insane.
Yeah.
Like, just insane.
Yeah.
So am I the only one that's noticed that, or have you guys also noticed that?
No,
as
I haven't.
well?
I haven't noticed that. Like I honestly I've noticed it more now that you've pointed it out. But I've noticed it.
Like 2010s is where I started to at least pay attention and hear these bands talk about, oh yeah, Korn like influenced me, or and then now in today's age, now it's like fucking the grandfathers of new metal themselves, like Deftones. You know what? Let me show these motherfuckers how it's done. Because bands like that are blowing up again, and they
Deftones has their own festival.
Yeah.
Their own Dia de los Muertos here in San Diego.
Yeah, yeah, those Deftones. So they're back on fucking stadiums again.
Yeah.
Korn, all those guys. Yeah, Korn had their little dip a little bit, but dude, like new metal is back yet again.
Yeah,
What did we say?
but
3
it's also,
times. 2010, and then
but
now.
it's also,
I actually would not consider
also,
2010.
It's also the influence as well that new metal has brought back, because you have we talked about make them suffer, like probably a couple years ago, like how Tony phrased them, shoegaze metal. It's like you have the influence of those bands, Deftones, Slipknot. You have all those influences influencing the newer bands nowadays, and it's like, like I said, you have bands like Make Them Suffer, very shoegaze metal, but then you also have fucking bands, fucking like Sleep Token, just straight up like, we're metal, but here's our own fucking twist to it. We're not just it's not all just the same metal.
Yeah,
and it's just like, it's not even the fact that these bands like Slipknot, Deftones, Lamb of God, whatever. It's not that they're just coming back in full force and touring. It's the influence they're also putting for these newer generations of bands to just. Whoa, you got something to say?
Yeah, I got
you got something to say?
I don't know if all of it's like.
Ding, ding, ding,
like,
ding.
I don't know if like all of it's on purpose, like they're fucking doing it, but sometimes.
Well, I'm not
dude,
saying it's on purpose. I'm just saying like the influence.
I'm thinking of TikTok and how Wild Wild West that shit is,
Well,
and
I mean,
how Freak on a Leash is like being fucking danced to lately. I don't know if you've seen that.
That's fine. I don't care.
But Korn had nothing to do with that. They didn't do shit.
No, that is fine.
But
That is
like
fine. But I'm not talking about what you see on. I'm not talking about what you see on TikTok. I'm just saying the influence of new metal has reached
the musical part.
The musical
I
part.
think of Bring Me the Horizon and Suicide Silence.
Yeah, I mean those
and
bands.
That's why I said 2010.
Yeah, but I mean those bands are great too.
Well, hold on. Well, one, Bring Me the Horizon was not new metal in 2010. They were deathcore.
Yeah.
I guess.
And
I'm
neither was
about,
Suicide Silence.
Right. But they're.
But point being,
by,
it's just
the
influence is there.
So to piggyback off of Baji's point, well, what would you say is the biggest current genre of metal amongst like younger listeners right now?
I would. It's fucking.
Because I'll say deathcore.
Deathcore, like
deathcore. All the
I'd
deathcore
say,
bands.
Yeah,
right.
and I agree with that. Deathcore right now
like
is definitely the thing that's
Yeah.
leading the fucking like the metal.
Yeah, so basically from what I've seen and what I've viewed is what really kickstarted the deathcore bands are embracing new metal. Started with Whitechapel's Mark of the Blade album.
Oh, that was a fucking good one.
That was really what started the hey, we're deathcore, but we're gonna start trying to do something different. Suicide Silence also did it too, and they failed. They failed epically. Tee-hee. You know, they worked with Ross Robinson and they wrote Korn riffs, and that wasn't really the way to do it. They just tried to change their sound a little bit. Where Whitechapel infused the deathcore part of their music with the new metal, with the bounce riffs, and the hard bass lines, and you know.
I remember when you proved Brandon wrong. Fucking was it like you don't? What did you tell him?
I don't remember.
It was the rappy part.
Oh yeah, on Saw's Law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Brandon's like, Brandon, you don't like what did you tell him?
You don't like rappy vocals.
Yeah, you don't like rappy vocals. And then fucking Tony showed him that, and Brandon.
Like, that's technically rap.
Yeah. And even Phil Bozeman will say, he's like, one of my biggest influences, 3-6 Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh shit. But anyways, to get back on that, so you had Whitechapel come in, Mark of the Blade, and even though Saw's Law is on the previous record, Mark of the Blade really pushed that new metal influence. And then you had Suicide Silence breaking into new metal as well. And then all of a sudden, all these deathcore bands start doing little by little, they start doing the new metal thing. They start adding the new metal chunks to their music. Whereas now, like Slaughter to Prevail,
Slaughter to Prevail,
they have a huge Slipknot influence. Paleface Swiss, huge new metal influence on their new record Curse.
Oh, the new one was good.
Yeah, and you could automatically hear it. That's a Korn riff. That's they're having rapping on it. That's a Slipknot riff. They're going a little bit into those areas. And then you have a lot of bands who are doing the more Deftonesy kind of stuff, like you said, Make Them Suffer, Loathe. You have these deathcore bands that are starting to infuse new metal into their music. And in the interviews, just like with metalcore back in the 2000s, hey, who did you grow up on? I grew up on Testament. I grew up on Exodus. Now it's, who did you grow up on? I grew up on Limp Bizkit. I grew up on Linkin Park. I grew up on even Chris Garza from Suicide Silence. A lot of what he talks about on his podcast is how much he loves and grew up on Korn and all the new metal bands, and how even the deathcore bands in the beginning, they didn't want to talk about it. It was like, oh, well, new metal was kind of still like an thing. Now they're all like, nah, dude, like we're really influenced by these bands. Now, Bring Me the Horizon is interesting because Bring Me the Horizon is, in my opinion, the biggest metal band outside of Metallica, but the biggest metal band right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They are. Where Bring Me the Horizon is right now is where Linkin Park was in the late to early 2010s or late 2000s, early 2010s. That's where Bring Me the Horizon is right now. And only on the last couple of records have they really started to push the more alternative rock / alternative metal, new metal vibe. Posthuman, that was more or less a new metal record. And then even on the newer record, fucking Post Gen, it is more of a Deftones influence. Yeah, and then you have like Whitechapel. Whenever they do more clean stuff, I mean, I wouldn't consider a Perfect Circle to be a new metal band, but he gets complimented a lot on that. You sound a lot like Maynard in a Perfect Circle, because Maynard in a Perfect Circle and Maynard and Tool are two different animals, but they do get a lot of the Perfect Circle references when they're doing their cleans, which is pretty cool to see in a deathcore band. So and then Hunter, you got on TikTok. You brought up TikTok, and I kind of want you to touch base on that a little bit, because I'm 100% with Baji, where new metal is really pushing. It's really coming back in the influence of the deathcore bands that are coming out right now. You hear a lot of deathcore because that's what me and Brandon play a lot.
Yeah,
too. So you hear
guys,
some of it.
Otherwise, I wouldn't really listen to it at all. But then again, I'm weird with my breakdowns.
Which is funny with Whitechapel, because like you like new metal, and we showed you the new metal Whitechapel, and you're like, oh, it's whatever. But then you love the newest Whitechapel record, where you're like, holy shit! What the fuck?
Yeah, not exactly. There must be a certain sound that I'm looking for that maybe someone needs to send me a fucking album or something. But I don't know. There's just they touched on a diabolical kind of like death metal vibe. Yeah. Right. But they had the riffs to fucking back it up, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm more musical. Like I don't really pay attention to like lyrical themes and stuff, but for sure, dude, the musicianship and the fucking riffage was like fucking what I was listening for. So yeah, I can't really say as to why or about my weird tastes and finicky.
So, but yeah.
Oh, you're gonna say the
TikTok?
Yeah. So I want to hear your opinion on that.
On the Korn freak get your freak on.
Well, it's not. I mean that, but also like, where do you see like TikTok playing a role in this whole new metal?
I think our stances are cool because you're approaching it from like somebody who does not use TikTok and shit, and I'm approaching it from somebody who is an avid TikTok user.
TikToker.
So I want to hear your stance first before I kind of jump in.
Okay. Yeah, and you can probably educate me on this. So what I'm seeing from the outside is I'm seeing just a hopefully neutral, platform like I said earlier, Wild Wild West, where it's like there's no fucking rules to this shit. Whatever happens, happens. Whether it's corn that happens to be using a song in the background, or they make a song, with the song and a dance with the song in mind. It's like it just seems like all bets are off. It could be, doesn't matter. It could be thrash. It could be a fucking doom. It could be fucking stoner metal one day, or country, whatever. There's no rules, I guess, to this. Going viral shit, or maybe bringing a band or a song forth to the younger generations or whoever is on TikTok. I assume also it's the young people, but
I mean, but what, like, how do you see that, or in what way, light or form, do you see that it's affecting, like, that it's bringing new metal, like new metal is saving?
Well, that's the corn one, I guess, would be an example. But then there's other examples where, like, it helped out, just like Ghost, when Mary on the Cross, when that was used on TikTok, and that kind of probably helped propel him, right? But the whole like Freak on a Leash thing was what I first immediately thought of with this whole like new metal topic, where it's like, okay, that probably wasn't planned by the band. It just happened to happen, and the fact that it's new metal, the fact that it's corn, there's just so much for like a person who's never heard to unpack. There's just so much fucking, thanks to that fucking virality or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
I don't know, that's how I see it. Like I said, I'm from the outside perspective.
Yeah, no, I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So do you think that that's saving, or that, do you think that with stuff like that, like, let's just use the corn as an example, do you think that is it's helping save new metal's helping save?
I think it's helping it for sure. Yeah, 100%. It's propelling it even further. If it's already up, it's fucking adding fucking wind to that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's adding propane. To something that's already been moving along.
All right. No, just because when you brought that up, you sounded negative about it. That's why I was just like, so does he think it's not helping? Or?
No, yeah. No, yeah. I think it's a good thing. But I think it's also like random.
No, I mean, it definitely is random, because it's like
random as fuck, and just great fucking timing.
Yeah, because let's be honest, most of the people posting those dance videos just hot goth chicks that love fucking metal.
That's another
which
thing
is
that's
fine.
been in the last 10 years, goth baddies, but that's another good thing.
So to kind of also bounce off of you, and to, I guess, explain it a little bit more, what TikTok and Reels too in the same.
Yeah.
When I talk about TikTok, I'm also talking about Reels too.
Gotcha.
But what TikTok has done with short form content and using new metal bands for content, and I think it's just the new metal bands resonate with a more accessible audience.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of the younger generation is clamoring to the new metal bands, because they're not the, hey bro, are you fucking Metallica, Slayer, metal,
Metallica.
Like these bands are cool to this generation, because something about this generation, I think a lot of old heads and even like maybe people our age don't quite understand about the younger generation. The younger generation genre bends. There are no rules. There is no, you're a hip hop, so you do rap, or you're pop, you just do pop. You have Post Malone leading the charge. He's doing different genres. He's doing different shit.
Fucking, I love his shit.
Even in the 2020s, like when he was doing like his rap shit, and then what did he start doing? He did a whole stream where he was playing Nirvana with Travis Barker, and then he's out here going to see his favorite bands. He's out here watching metal bands.
Yeah.
And he's really pushing that to the forefront. And then you have other artists coming on and be like, no, yeah, we like metal. We like metal. What TikTok has done is the younger generation has discovered new metal bands, but they're not discovering new metal bands in the way like, oh, well, what's their number one song? Freak on a Leash. Well, Freak on a Leash is, Korn has had other songs do kind of the same thing too, but Freak on a Leash is the more popular version. But they're not like, oh, what's like their biggest song? I'm gonna make a TikTok with their favorite with their biggest song. They're just coming across songs. So there's actually B-sides that are getting more hits than the actual hits.
Nice.
You have people like Limp Bizkit, like I think Full Nelson, there was which is track 4 off the Chocolate Starfish. For some reason or another, The newer generation was like, hey, we need to make more TikToks with that song, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But then they also do cool shit, which is like, hey, rank the top 5 like non-singles from Deftones, and then you get into like Lotion, you get into those kind of songs, which is or Sex Tape, very interesting.
Yeah.
And what it's doing is it's putting a spotlight on on these bands' music, because music marketing now is very different. Like bands, we release singles and so on and so forth, but when the younger generation is looking back at the older bands, they don't care about the singles. They don't care about My Way from Limp Bizkit, I got to check that out. They're just looking for shit. They're just digging through the albums. They're just digging through the sounds and the sound library and finding what riffs or what chorus or what verses is vibing for them. And then they put out content, and that content catches fire, and then all of a sudden you have a band like Spineshank, who is, where did these fucking guys come back from? Well, it was TikTok, Taproot, the same thing with Poem.
Yeah.
Which was, it was a big hit. But I think a great example would be Crossfade with Cold. Like Looking Back at Me, right? That song disappeared after fucking 06? Like, that song was everywhere, and then people just completely forgot it.
Yeah.
The band went on, the singer became a fucking, I don't know, a mechanic or a carpenter, and the band just disappeared, and nobody gave a shit about Crossfade until that song, for one reason or another, got added to like a divorced dad rock short form content, like what's the best divorced dad rock song, and Cold by Crossfade, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh, this is a joke, but that fucking song that kind of rips, and then bam, Crossfade is fucking touring again. It just completely revitalized their career out of fucking nowhere. Like, the homie's just at home, just on his phone, just scrolling through. Oh, there's this 16-year-old kid singing along to my song. Oh, that's cool. It's scrolling. Oh, they're top ranking best divorced dad rock song. So Cold. Oh, wow, I didn't think of it like that. All of a sudden, it's like, dude, we have like 10 million more plays on that song. That's crazy. You have all these bands coming back because of this kind of shit. Yeah, I can go down. Smile Empty Soul is another one. You can go down the list of these alternative rock, alternative metal bands.
Creed.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Creed is probably the best, because Creed, you got to remember, like, Creed, they were broken up. Like, they weren't even, I guarantee you the only reason why Creed is back together is because that fucking One Last Breath song went viral.
Oh my. And it went viral so many times.
And it was a joke.
It was.
It was a joke. People were making... You had just people making fun of Creed, and then out of nowhere, people who don't know the lore of Creed, or know, like, oh, Creed's butt rock, you have these kids like, oh, that's a fucking cool song. And guess what? Now fucking Creed's back doing shit, and they're taking all these other bands with them. It's fucking nuts right now.
And these, I don't know, like,
younger kids. And the recent tour is their best-selling tour of all time.
Jesus.
Even bigger than when they were... In 99, when they were the top of the heat, they were the number one rock band in the world. Bigger than that. That is fucking insane to think about.
And their kids are fucking dressing just like we did, and fucking when we were like in high school and shit. What the fuck is happening? There's something in the air.
Dude, my son was like, Dad, I want to wear more edgy clothes. I'm like, what are you talking about, edgy clothes? And he's just take me to the store. There's a store called Revolution, a Plaza Bonita. I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
I know that store.
And then I fucking took him, and I'm like, bro, this is all shit I wore in fucking 07, 08. I still wear some of this shit. I'm like, bro, I have clothes at home that I never wear that you can fucking wear. I'm like, bro, like,
I've been saving it.
The trip pants and shit. Yeah, the trip pants and the chains.
Django.
The Django.
Anyways, but
yeah, I can see, like, it's just like, just aside, just new metal. It's just like it's saving metal again.
It's not even like the music; it's the new metal culture. The movement is
for sure.
come back full force.
Like, it's not just the music. It's not just the music. It's the culture. Dude. Everything's just coming back full circle, and that's great.
Yeah, and I think the tangent. Like, I went on a tangent, but I think the reason why the younger generation is clinging to new metal is because new metal, we now would call it genre bending. They're all different. They're all different from each other. They all have their different things. They all have their different flavors. Just like with the current rappers. Like, I don't like any of the new rap, but a lot of the new rappers, they have their own thing. They do their own shit. Sometimes maybe the dude might bust out a guitar and play. You have Machine Gun Kelly just released a song. Fuck that guy, by the way. But he just released a song with Fred Durst. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, where did that come from? And it's a straight up new metal song.
Yeah.
he's bringing new metal back to the forefront, along with covering System of a Down and doing it terribly, by the way.
Yeah.
But covering aerials, and I don't know. It's new metal is such a big part, and they don't even call it new metal anymore. It's just metal. Almost none of these kids call it new metal, or if they do call it new metal, it's in like a cool way. What I also love too is that the term butt rock is fading out. Because that shit annoyed the fuck out of me.
I love butt rock.
I fucking hated that term.
But I like Avenged Sevenfold.
What?
Like the early,
they are
like
not butt rock.
That to me was butt rock.
That's butt rock?
That
was butt rock. Twin guitar harmonies, 8-minute songs.
That was butt rock.
That was.
Dude, it was not my thing back then. I used to really think that was butt rock.
I don't think you know what butt rock is.
I don't know, my dude. I don't know.
I don't think. Well, anything on the radio.
Anything
that's
on the radio.
Rock.
Anything that's popular is butt rock, apparently.
Or also divorced dad rock.
Or
that's the term, too. But I love those terms that they're starting to fade out. As these genres, these bands come back and get bigger, these terms are going away now. Like, it's like, this is just rock. This is just metal. Like,
I like that.
I don't know.
I do like that.
Butt rock, but I like butt rock. What's wrong with butt rock?
I love butt rock.
I'm not going to lie. I do love me some Creed. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes
I love Creed. But I'll also, future idea, I will be bringing Godsmack in for an episode.
Oh, we haven't talked about Godsmack in forever.
I was recently listening to Godsmack, and I'm like...
Which one?
The Awake album.
Ooh, that was a good one. I like that one. I still think about the fucking DVD we watched.
Changes, yeah. One of the best concert DVDs of all time.
It is.
And that it gets shoved under the rug.
Godsmack.
But I want to do Godsmack because...
Do it.
I'm talking about them because they are considered a new metal band, even though I don't see them as new metal. They are considered a new metal band. I would love to do Godsmack because I think that a lot of people, they associate Godsmack with like the Chads and the rock star energy, but there's so much more to that band. Like it's crazy to see how the imagery of the band has changed over the course of their career, because the way I view Godsmack is they are very witchcraft-esque, very dark, very mystical, and they have their chuggy chuggies and their
I like their tribal shit.
Yeah, but there's so much more to that band.
No, there is definitely,
and people don't understand just how talented of a musician Sully Erna is.
Oh yeah,
like if you don't know how talented Sully Erna is, go listen to his first solo record, Avalon.
It's fucking good.
It's basically an entire album inspired by Hans Zimmer music.
That's sick.
And well, I'm saying on my perception is that it's an entire album made of cinematic music, world music.
No, yeah, definitely.
With light rock here and there, but anyways, go check out Avalon. That's a great record.
Check it though.
But yeah, so I'll be bringing in Godsmack. I think maybe for the next episode or two. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, we'll see.
But anyways,
what happens.
So are we all in agreement, or do we have any disagreements with?
No.
Has new metal saved metal in 2026?
Yet again.
Yes, I think it has, because like and also
unintentionally too.
Also, a thing we should kind of bring up is like metal for a while. Like I want to say like from like 16 and on wasn't hitting as much as it was like when new metal arrived. Even when metalcore was here, like it was strong, but then like I don't know what happened, but after like the 15, 16s, like metal, like it just kind of started to fade away.
Well, it went back to the underground.
Yeah, it went back down, and I think coming that to now, it's like definitely
just come back stronger.
Come back stronger.
Yeah, they took us down once.
It's definitely saved.
Not anymore.
New metal has definitely saved metal once again.
All right. You in agreement with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fucking loving it for sure, because it's all kind of familiar, like the Gene Code Jeans is back, and just the fucking overall mood, the fuck you, mom and dad.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to Limp Bizkit in my room.
Yeah. I'm all for that, dude. Bringing that back. We do need a little bit of that, because, I think with that, if we don't express ourselves as people, as individuals, what are we doing, man? And who did it better than fucking the metal bands, man?
True.
That's
we need another Tony, yelling into the microphone.
Yeah.
Microphone. Fuck the ASB.
Fuck the ASB. Fuck the ASB.
Fuck the ASB in 2006.
That's right. God, 20 years.
20 years.
20
Fuck.
fucking years,
20
man.
years when we got to make our debuts in our bands at the
It'll-
time.
It'll be 20 years in May. I think I still have the poster, like the picture of the poster.
Yeah.
I have
20
That's
years in
fucking
May.
crazy,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Fuck.
Which means actually I have been playing live music for 20 years. Which is that
20.
means you have been playing live music for 20 years.
20 plus years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's depressing.
Anyways,
That's depressing.
Depressingly good.
we got to do a whole episode based on like crazy concert stories or live show stories or
Yeah.
whatever. That'd be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
Absolutely.
we're gonna go ahead and end the episode. Rudy,
Rudy,
don't-
do you have anything else?
Rudy,
you
you
wanna
got
add?
anything to say there, buddy?
Anything you want to add?
No, I don't like female clean singing in my metal music. I love gore.
And I sound
All
like
right.
Tally.
All right, good.
Good.
I'm really high.
I'm high, man. I'm high.
Oh, yeah, hi.
Dude, that's crazy. He just fucking messaged me right now. That's
Oh, he
fucking
messaged you?
crazy. That's crazy.
All right.
Oh,
Well, we
shit.
love you, Rudy. We love you, Rudy. We miss you, and
Come back next time.
Come back next time.
Come back.
All right.
Baby, come back.
Baby, come back. All right, guys. So that is
All right.
it for this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed this
Thank you.
conversation. Let us
Thank
know how
you.
you're enjoying these little conversation episodes, more conversation pieces than anything else. But we will be getting back to the band episodes soon. I'm also working on some interviews right now or having some guests on. So we'll be having some guests on very, very soon. You guys can subscribe to Metalology here on YouTube. You guys can follow Metalology on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok as well at Metalology Podcast. You guys can follow our band Defy the Turns at Defy the Turns. You guys can follow me at Anthony_7string. Hondro, take it away.
And you can follow me at metal_Hondro.
And you can follow your boy Baji at _the bass.
All right, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed this
Peace
new
out,
metal-centric
guys.
episode, and we will see you on the next episode of Metalology. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.